Hey, hello. Are you having this desire, this longing in you to feel more connected with yourself? Maybe you feel it like a longing for love or a longing for more joy or for more peace. And you kind of know there's something missing, but you don't know exactly what it is. Then this episode is for you. Hey, I'm Carolina Adyanama, and my channel is all about living life from love, to really practice and live by the motto, love or accept no matter what happens. And this is my greatest passion. I am here to really teach about unconditional love that we can all come back to and reconnect with, and then live from that state of awareness. So the greatest goal in life that we have always come here for again and again is to realign ourselves with our true source energy. You know, you can call it God, you can call it your higher self, your soul, but it's that essence of our source energy, which is peace, ease, love, joy, contentment, stillness. And also it feels like being in flow with something. It feels like when we are in that state that we are being energized by maybe some ideas, some thoughts, some creative ideas. And you know, you get these stories when writers, for instance, they start with something, you know, an energy comes, an inspiration comes, and then they just sit down and write for 2 weeks. You know, that is, for instance, a sign. Or, you know, famous artists and sculptures or so, they did the same, you know. Inventors, you know, they would just get into that flow and feel that energy of really wanting to create something, and they do it until it's done. So that's, for instance, an example of being in flow and, you know, being connected to our soul that is then guiding us, you know. And it feels easy, it feels uplifting, joyous, creative, satisfying, fulfilling. And most of the time there won't be anything else, any blockages in the way. We just follow the flow until maybe we put blockages in there with our mind. And it also feels like the state of pure connection, you know. It could be just ease and contentment and not wanting to do anything, and just being and just allowing, you know, to observe and to experience the environment, or maybe what's going on within yourself. It is a state where you don't grasp for anything, where you don't want anything from the outside, where you are really in yourself, deeply centered in your heart, and you are living from that experience, from that consciousness, you know, that you already are everything that you could possibly desire or need. And therefore there is a state of ease and peace and relaxation and not needing to do anything. And when there is something that needs to be done, then you'll get the inspiration, and you will get that energy again that shows you and guides you to actually taking that action and fulfilling it. But until that happens, there isn't anything to do, which is, you know, something for the mind that's really hard. And also the state of being in our true essence, or in our source energy, would also be felt like love, you know, or acceptance of what is. So love, the pure unconditional love, is an ability to allow anybody to be as they are, to allow a situation that has occurred in your life to be as it is. It is something that you can't change anyway, right? You can't change other people, and you can't change the system you're living in, you know, or certain conditions in our society. And you can, though, choose how you respond to that what is. So if you choose to respond from love, from your true unconditional love, you would allow, number one, and you would have a sense of understanding where they are coming from. You can see their point of view. You can put yourself into their shoes, and you would also have compassion, and you would be able to send love to them, even if they are attacking you or judging you or blaming you or being nasty. That would be unconditional love, could see their suffering, and you could send love to them. And nothing then would be able to pull you out of that state of peace, love, joy, contentment, you see? So the state of that, you know, it's a heightened state really, that is in alignment with our essence. When you can practice being there more and more and more, eventually there's very few events or situations that would pull you out of that. And if that is your goal, you know, if that is your goal as well, it is certainly my goal to really get there. And I am already experiencing very little distraction of, distraction, maybe not the right word, but it's, you know, I'm experiencing very little incidents where I get pulled out of it. And I guess it's just an accumulation of practicing, always knowing that I am love. So this is how I started, to remember that I am love. And whenever something happens, you know, somebody wasn't treating me with love, somebody would lie to me, somebody would just don't do what they were saying they would do, and I would always come back to, so I would always feel what, you know, whatever came up, and then I would come back to, but I am love. I don't need this person to be love or to treat me with love, because I am love. And that is really an amazing tool to come back to, and to kind of really lock into your consciousness, the knowing that you are love, that you are peace, that you are joy, and that you are stillness at the core of your existence. You know, there's stillness there, and from that stillness, everything and anything is created. So that knowing that who you really are is the most important knowing that we need to remember to live a life from love, and to get to our goal, that is to come back home to our love. You know, then what life is giving us is usually a lot of difficulties, challenges, hurts, angers, pains, that we are here to overcome, because we come back every time and time again to clean and clear the old unresolved emotions, sort of still hanging over from past lives. Most of the time we all have got that, and to come back to this game of life, to find the truth within us, to find the love within us, no matter what is happening on the outside world, no matter, you know, how other people are treating you, or whatever situation life has put you into, you know, because you are a mighty, powerful source of love that can solve and overcome any situation. If you believe in it, if you come back to the faith that you are powerful and that you are pure love, because pure unconditional love is very powerful. And that is it's a very empowering path to take it, you know, to go on that. And to really decide, I am love, and I can conquer anything, and I can overcome anything that is maybe an obstacle or a challenge in my life. Okay, so this is a very worthy cause to live by, I believe. And it's probably, you know, a very high vibrational cause to live by, that will give you a lot of rewards and ease and peace at the end, is because that is what you're looking for anyway, right? Okay, so now what might hinder you is the second ingredient of this path of living. Is really important to be able to acknowledge that, you know. So when we are not living from our peace, love, or ease or joy, then obviously we are not going to feel those energies. So every time you are feeling something else than those energies, those feelings, you can tell for sure that you're not coming from the love or peace that you are. And so that is your guide, you know, that is something you've got to listen out for. Because what happens a lot is that we get into such emotional, dramatic stages or states where we feel so hurt and so angry, or and we want to change another person. You know, they are really bad people. That person is so bad, you know, they should not be allowed to be like that, or they really have to change. They hurt me so much, you know, for instance, you know, or it could be very well that you maybe, you know, you've had parents who abused you, who did treat you really, you know, unlovingly. And then of course you have a reason to be angry, yeah. And that's usually the cause why nowadays in your life people are treating you badly, because you have an unresolved emotion from the past that isn't healed, that hasn't been given the love that it needs. So if you are in a state of blaming, judging, making wrong, you know, complaining, and everything is, you don't like it, and it's, you know, and you tell the story of how bad your life is, how difficult it is, you know, how much of a victim you are, then obviously you're not living from your love that you truly are. So this is what I really want to give you as a big tool, you know, this is so important to remember and to lock it in somewhere in your memories, that when you are feeling in that state, you know, highly emotional, dramatic, you know, like a drama sort of thing, then just ring, there's like an alarm bell going ding, 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 because that state is not who you are, yeah, you're not this emotion, you're not the emotion at all, you know, you're not an emotional being like that. Emotion goes do, it's like there's something in motion in you, right? But you are, at the core, you are actually stillness. Yes, we are, people say, yes, human beings are emotional beings. But this is the human side that is actually getting you out of the state of peace. So it's the little ego mind, you know, the little egoic mind that is getting you out of that state. Because it wants something, it needs something, it's demanding, it's not happy, you know, it needs something. It's the biggest separation really that there is between the ego mind and the source energy, is that the ego needs something and the source has got everything. So when you're living from that ego state, there will be something that you need and that you demand and that you want. Again, that's another giveaway, that's another guidance, another alarm bell to look out for when you're feeling anything that isn't peace or love or joy. So this is how you can correct yourself, you know, when you're going through emotional states, that you can, you know, ask yourself, hang on a minute, I'm not coming from love here, right? This is not peaceful, right? This is painful, hurting, anger. And then, you know, just catch yourself. So you've got to come back to you rather than looking on the outside. So-and-so did this and that situation is bad and the government should be doing this, da-dee-dum. So you're coming back now to yourself and realizing, oh, it's in me, you know, it's in me, of course. So if it's in me, then I can also change it and shift it by remembering I am love. So that means coming back to your heart, coming back to your stillness, is owning what's going on in you. This is my feeling, this is my emotion, this is my pain, this is my anger. Nobody on the outside world even needs to know about this. If you want to share it with somebody who is willing to listen, great, you know, but it's not necessary. It's your emotion to deal with. And so that gives you then a sort, you know, the first stage of empowerment, you know, so you're not giving your power away anymore to the outside. And you're coming back to yourself, you know, so you're observing what's in yourself. And that's powerful, right? And then you will be present again, because that's another quality of being in alignment with your source, with your soul. It's always present. That energy is always present. It's not in the future or in the past, you know, it's present. So when you own your emotions, you are coming back to being the observer and knowing that you are not that emotion. This is just something that's going on in you, and it wants your attention, but it wants your love's attention, not your egoic mind's attention. So it doesn't help to battle, you know, or to fight against it, or, you know, demand, you know, that doesn't help, because it needs a higher energy, it needs a higher vibration now, this egoic mind, this emotion, to be healed. And that's usually love or light. So that's, you know, that's really what I wanted to share with you today, to recognize when you're not coming from your true source energy, and to recognize also when you're coming from the egoic mind that is in need of something. And then to correct yourself, you know, then come back to your own power, come back to your own conscious awareness, and empower yourself with that. So you're not prolonging that, you know, low vibrational state of feeling so upset, you know, so angry, so hurt. So, okay, I hope this helped you. If you got any questions, please let me know. And I will be happy to make a video, or, you know, if you want to explain something about what's going on for you, you know, or if you got a question, I'm happy to answer that. And let me know if you liked it, if this was helpful, by giving me a like. If you want to hear more about how to live life from love, just hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified, you know, when I make a new video. I'm usually coming out on Sundays, unless something goes wrong, or, you know, my life is going in a different direction. But that's my aim, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you again next week. Bye for now. Enjoy your day.